Young professionals, come forward. This one's for you. You fix one problem, then suddenly five more appear. Sound familiar? Parang Hydra, di ba? Cut one head, two grow back. Every Monday, you hype yourself up. This is it. This week, I'll finally manage my time. No overtime, boundaries, focus lang. So you block your calendar, you color code your tasks. You even add a 15-minute buffer between meetings kasi self-care, di ba? Pero pagdating ng Miyerkules, boom! Biglang may quick huddle that turns into a 2-hour strategy session. Na-move yung client call, may bagong priority, and now you're replying to emails at 11:30 p.m. habang nagkakape because you need to stay awake for a few hours more. By Friday, you're burnt out and behind schedule and you start to think, teka lang, palpak ba time management ko or is this something else? We often think productivity is about checking more boxes. But what if the system keeps generating problems faster than you can solve them? It's not that you're inefficient. It's that the system is working exactly as it's designed. Hindi broken yung system. It's producing exactly what it was built for. So, what exactly is a system? A system isn't just a bunch of things na pinagsama-sama. It's a set of parts that are connected, interacting, and working together toward a goal. Kung wala yung connection or coordination, hindi yan system. Collection lang yan. Think of it like this. Elements are the parts. Pwedeng tao, tools, or ideas. Interconnections are the relationships. Kung paano sila nag-a-affect sa isa't isa. Purpose is the outcome, what the system is trying to achieve. And systems aren't static. They evolve, they react, they loop back on themselves. The more you understand how systems behave, the more you start seeing problems differently and solving them more effectively. Tignan natin yung nangyari sa Hong Kong New Towns. Solid example to ng systems thinking. Noong 1970, gusto ng gobyerno ayusin ang housing shortage. So they launched a big plan. Build new towns like Sha Tin and Tuen Mun. Simple lang. More tao, more houses. Problem solved. Pero researchers na sina Yu Kun Hu at Ki Pen Shen had a better idea. Instead of jumping in, ginamit nila ang systems thinking para makita kung paano talaga gumagalaw yung buong sistema. Gumawa sila ng simulation model na pinag-connect ng lahat ng factors. Population growth, trabaho at income, housing supply and demand, business activity, land use, government policy. At ito yung lumabas sa model. Yes, dadami ang housing, pero in 30 years, posibleng dumoble ang population habang bumababa ang business activity. So kahit may bahay, kulang sa trabaho. Mas crowded ang transport, mas stressed ang services. Tapos tataas pa rin ang housing demand. Kung tunuloy nila agad yung plano without the model, malaki ang chance na magka-unintended consequences. Parang sinusolve mo yung isang problema pero gumagawa ka ng 5 pa. Yung solution on paper, nagiging bagong crisis in real life. Buti na lang, ginamit nila yung model as a policy lab to test ripple effects and avoid disaster level mistakes. So how to use systems thinking in your life? Number 1, don't fight the symptoms. Understand the system. Number 2, problems are rarely isolated. They're usually interconnected. Number 3, changing behavior without redesigning the system only gives you temporary relief. And number 4, clarity starts when you zoom out, not when you zoom in. Fixing one leak in a sinking ship won't help if the blueprint was flawed to begin with. Sometimes, the band-aid isn't the problem. It's the broken bone underneath. Anong Hydra situation ang paulit-ulit sa buhay mo lately? Nasolve mo na, pero bumabalik in a different form.